Palm Beach County PAL boxing under the stars. This is the final match of the evening, 12th match, and our ring announcer will make the call.
All right, let's get ready to rumble our last bout. In the red corner, fighting Arnold. And in the blue corner, from Square Circle Gym, we have Jameer Edwards.
Okay, so Dustin Arnold from Sweatbox Boxing going against Jameer Edwards from Square Circle. 143, 146 pounders. Another big difference in age, as Arnold in the red is 28 and Edwards in the blue 18. So 10 years difference. The last time we had that, it was still a pretty darn good match.
Edwards with the 3-pound weight advantage nonetheless. And looking at these two guys, they seem to be pretty evenly matched. Good right hand by Edwards.
Been a really good evening of boxing here in Royal Palm Beach. If you haven't seen the rest of the matches, be sure to check them out.
Kind of make me wonder whether the music is distracting to the boxers while they're boxing. I never had to hear music while I was boxing.
That's right.
Especially the Eagles.
We have WestFest going on not too far away from us.
That is true. It is quite an event.
Especially with Take It Easy by Glenn Fly in the background. That's not what these guys want to do here.
No. Well,
they are not taking it easy. Arnold in the red, Edwards in the blue. Settling in here in the first round of this bout. The final one of the evening at Commons Park in Royal Palm Beach.
I tell you what, Edwards has landed some really crisp right hands and 1-2s. I mean, just accuracy right on the button.
I agree. Very sharp punches. And seems like he's the ring general there so far. More or less able to relax in the ring in what should be a stressful environment.
Wow. Arnold got in a good jab at one point, and then Edwards comes back with... And it appears that Edwards has got some really nice leverage on those punches. And it almost sounds the same sound that we were getting from some of those heavyweights over here, just because of how crisp they are.
Definitely. These guys punch very hard, pound for pound, with respect to the heavyweights. As you can see, Edwards is able to land crisp combinations from the inside and the outside. Very well-rounded boxer.
Nearing the end of the first round. Edwards stalking.
Seems like the type of round that if there were any nerves going in on Edwards' part, they don't seem to be there anymore. Seems like he's able to utilize what he wants and relax in there.
When he leans forward like this.
Definitely impressive.
6 or 4.
I noticed at times, too, Edwards throwing his jab and simultaneously moving to the left at the same time. In other words, I believe that would that be away from the power, Alden?
Well, it depends. When you have two right-handed boxers, the way they're moving is usually less crucial, but it depends on whether or not Arnold is a strong right-handed puncher or has a very strong left hook. But in this case, we haven't seen too much offense from Arnold, so it might be hard for Edwards to gauge what hand is his powerful hand.
So it appears that Edwards has the edge after the first round. Would you two agree?
I agree.
Okay. So we'll see if Mr. Arnold can be a little more active and connect on a few more punches here in the second round. Edwards, a vocal boxer. You can, every punch, there's an audible reply.
And in Dustin's credit, he's landed some nice counter punches and threw a couple really crisp jabs here early on. Seems to be settling down a little bit, although he's on the receiving end, I think, of more punches than Edwards.
I believe you hear Arnold's corner complaining to the referee that Edwards is pulling his head down. So far, it seems to be a pretty clean bout. Great right hand by Edwards. Looped it over the top. Although it's conventional to throw the right hand straight, mixing up his arsenal as Edwards is doing, throwing the looping right hand is not always a bad idea. I know Floyd Mayweather throws his right hand from so many different approaches. He loops it over the top. He throws right uppercuts, straight right hands. It keeps your opponent guessing, and that's what Edwards is doing so far.
Arnold a little more compact, trying to do his damage inside.
Saw Arnold look over toward Judge Matt Stevens there and try to, I think, complain maybe about Edwards pulling his head down.
I don't know if I'm right, but it seems like Arnold is doing a little better for himself in this second round.
I'd have to agree, Dan.
He's definitely starting to create offensive opportunities against Edwards.
And once again, Arnold not happy with some of the tactics by Edwards.
See what Edwards did there is very crafty. He threw a right hand and got on the left side of Arnold, got Arnold completely out of position while he cranked up the left hook, which also connected. Throwing punches, giving angles, and throwing more punches, doing all of that simultaneously is the mark of an experienced boxer like Edwards.
And I think Arnold had a left hand there that might have stunned Edwards a little bit.
Did close the round out strong.
Definitely did some body work in that round, too, that could have slowed down Edwards a little bit.
Well, we could be in a situation, once again, where whoever wins the third round wins the bout. See what we hear and see in this exchange.
Good defense from Edwards. He throws a right uppercut to the body and just misses upstairs. You can see some of Arnold's best moments, landing the right hand over the top. Number right there.
Yeah. Let's listen into the corners.
And now he's flipping, okay?
So it sounded like Edwards' corner, asking him to change things up a little bit.
Might have been asking him to throw the right hand from a different angle each time to mix up his attack.
Appeared to be just a stumble.
Good jab from Arnold, snapping the head back of Edwards. Good right hand to respond.
Want to thank our production crew for doing a terrific job tonight. Boxing
Good
with
right
the
hand by
stars.
Edwards.
He spun out to the left, to the right side of Arnold and got really good leverage on that right hand. Also attacked from an angle that Arnold might not have seen coming, which also adds to the impact of the blow.
So we've got a very close bout here in our 12th and final bout of the evening. Be interesting to see who's able to gain the upper hand here in the last part of the third round.
Looks like Edwards is possibly getting slightly fatigued, getting a little sloppier in his attack.
I'd have to agree with that.
He's taking far more punches than he took in the first round. But he's also still landing punches, as you see there.
We certainly want to thank the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Rick Bradshaw for helping to sponsor this outstanding event. And of course, all the volunteers from PBSO who've made it possible, including the organizer, Diane Smith.
Good punches from both boxers.
All right. It's getting down to it.
Well, I guess they say slow and steady wins the race, and it seems like Arnold has slowly worked his way back into this bout.
And he's scoring now. Consistently here.
Good right hand again by Arnold.
And also we want to thank Ray Carlson for all his contributions to this event, including the beautiful lighting. And it is very, very nicely lit. Okay, so we are finished here with this match. What do you guys think? I think we have another close one here.
Very close. I think Jameer Edwards might have pulled it out just based on the punches he scored in the first round. As we got to keep in mind, this is only on a punching on a score-based system based on the amount of punches landed. So the close second and third rounds might not have deterred from his punch count, but that right hand and that left hand were very impressive by Arnold.
And that body punch pushed Edwards back significantly. And then, like you see, he's landing quite a few punches here.
Very good punches. Edwards really gave up many points in that third round just by staying on the ropes and not keeping his hands up as high as they could have been.
All right, so I think what we're agreeing on here is we would not be surprised if Dustin Arnold takes the victory in this final match here at Palm Beach County PAL Boxing Under the Stars. And once again, that means probably a pretty close bout.
Deputy Ferreira. Sometimes they call him Flash Ferreira.
The winner, unanimous decision, goes to the blue corner.
So, a bit of a surprise,
Thank you very, very
but
much.
certainly not the first here as Edwards takes a close victory over Dustin Arnold. And we have to say goodnight from Royal Palm Beach and Commons Park. Dan Oliver with Sean Flynn and Alden Kodesh. Guys, thank you very much for joining me here tonight. Some great action, wasn't it?
Definitely.
Definitely. I feel like I got my money's worth, that's for sure. I don't have to go home and watch Friday night boxing this week on ESPN.
Absolutely. A quality event here. Once again, sanctioned by USA Boxing, and some terrific bouts. We want to thank everybody involved, our production crew, again, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Department and Sheriff Rick Bradshaw, and we want to thank you for joining us. And you may be able to check out a little bit of WestFest there in the background. But thank you all for watching, and good night from Royal Palm Beach.